welcome to a game of Dota 2. We have got ourselves 4 games today for StarLadder Star Series, day number 29 if I'm correct, and we will have, to start things off, we'll have Power Rangers on the Dire side and we'll have 3D Max on the Radiant. We'll have one game between these two teams, and let me show you the rankings before we go any further. We see that 3D Max, they kinda need to win. They still have 3 more games to play before the end of the season of the group stages, which is on Monday. But, you know, they kind of don't want to be ending up in the bottom 2, because the bottom 2 gets dropped down to Pro Series. No questions asked. It's just bam, you're out. Out of Star Series, that is. We're going to see Power Rangers. They have been doing okay, but they could also still use a win. They still have a lot of games to play, though. But they have 3 wins, and I think a 4th would put them in a safe spot, but it will depend on what the rest of the teams are going to be doing. Anyways, both teams could definitely profit from a win. We'll see what they're going to be doing here, as we'll jump ourselves inside the draft. We have got the Keeper of the Light as well as the Batrider being banned out by the Power Rangers. That means that we still have... Which one do we still have that we normally see banned out? Actually nothing, because this is all the normal ban outs. With the Biscuit and Nix on the side of 3D Max. We of course have the Magnus, the Darkseer, Rubik, etc. also in the pool. But all those heroes that we normally see banned out are indeed banned out. Yay. I realize now that my voice might not be entirely proper today, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. It will be fine. It's a gyrocopter. That's the first one for Power Rangers to go for now. 3D Max. They kind of, you know, they still have every option open. Do they want to go for their own carry already, or do they want to be going for that control? Like control would be Darkseer, Magnus. Carry would be something like a you know, a Nyx or a Phantom Lancer, and then some support to go with that. Maybe even a Rubik. Or Magnus and a Rubik, just to make sure that if you do pick up that Magnus, that your opponent cannot steal that reverse polarity.
5 seconds remaining.
It's all possibles. And they're actually taking their time. They're going into the bonus time for this one. By the way, if you're wondering why does Power Rangers have so little bonus time while they didn't really use it, that's because they were the last one in the lobby, I think. Did they actually use it just now? Did they really take that long? Oh wells. Doesn't really matter. They still have 45 seconds. It's plenty of time, especially if they can also use the time that 3D Max is taking right now. And they are taking their time for sure. And it is going to be a Lifestealer and a Rubik. And we did have sound. But yeah. For a second there I thought we didn't have sound for the Lifestealer. Oh wells. We're going to have a Rubik and a Lifestealer being picked up by 3D Max. So they already have got some strong support. They do still give the possibility for a Bane to Power Rangers, which is a hero that goes very well together with the Gyrocopter. We see that combination very often. With of course the Rocket Barrage after the Nightmare to set things up with. But we've also seen Bane a lot against the Lifestealer, just for that Fiend script. Is Power Rangers going to pick that up is of course the question. I mean, they're still also the team fight. I'm kind of expecting a Magnus, but now that the Rubik is on 3D Max, maybe they're going to be a bit hesitant with actually picking that one up. And they're using their reserve time as well. It's important pickups. You have to of course understand, like there's, I mean, normally you don't see that many new heroes in the first ban phase, unfortunately. I know a lot of people would like to see that. But it is all about the standard heroes, and then kinda, you know, you have to pick up, you have a pretty large pool from the standard heroes to pick from, and then you have to start picking only 2 from those, or 3 in theory, before your opponent can ban out the rest of them. So it's very strategical. They do pick up the Bane and the Magnus as well, even though you know, with the Rubik on the other side, they're gonna be taking their chances. And it's a pretty decent lineup, and pretty standard as well. As I said, we could still see an aggressive tri-lane or a safe tri-lane. Power Rangers are keeping their options open. For 3D Max, they picked themselves up the Nature's Prophet. That would be probably one of the bans if Power Rangers got their way. But Power Rangers is gonna be having to face the Nyx Bomb with the infested Nature's Prophet. It's not really a bomb, I guess, because you do see him teleport towards you, but you know what I mean. Queen of Pain gets to be a banned out for Power Rangers. And Storm Spirit. The Storm Spirit would be one that you would also ban out if the Nature and together with the Nature's Prophet. It's basically the same reason. Just that mobility, that global presence from 3D Max. You don't really want to be facing that. We do have the Darkseer banned out still, as well as the Lone Druid. Power Ranger, of course. I mean, depending on what they're going to be doing with their lanes, they either need another support. So we might still see something like a Luna or Leshrac being picked up. Of course, those work great together with the Bane as well. Nightmare to set it up for a stun or something. Well, basically to set up for a stun. But yeah, that could be still tri lane and then still a solo lane needed. I mean, regardless of where Magnus is going to go, or is he going to be on the mid lane, or is he going to be on the off lane, or on a safe lane, or they kind of need still a solo lane. So that's what 3D Max is banning out right here, with the Darkseer and the Lone Druid already out. And Power Rangers now thinking about another hero to ban out. It's going to be the Puck. It is going to be all mid heroes that they ban. Ooh, I'm stuck. Never mind, not stuck anymore. My bad. We're gonna be having the Clockwork, another solo lane being banned out. So Power Rangers, they ban out mid heroes, and 3D Max ban out off lane heroes, or solo side lane heroes, I should say. Quite surprising to see that. Well, I guess 3D Max is kind of assuming that the Magnus will be mid. I mean, in theory, Gyro could be mid as well. And actually, if we're gonna talk about theories, Bane is definitely a mid hero as well, possible. Gets his level 6 fast. Personally, I like it. And we have seen it being done before. The difficulties with the Bane mid is that, you know, later on he will still transfer into a bit of a semi-support and a utility hero more than anything else. And a lot of people like to run their solo mids as the semi-carries, or as the semi-carries mid-game heroes that dominate. And Bane, he can be one of those heroes, but not as solid as other heroes can be. We still have a Lina being picked up, so that's going to be the Gyro Bane Lina tri-lane. And as I said, Nightmare is a brilliant setup for the Light Strike array, and of course the burst damage from the Laguna Blade is going to be something nice to have on the side of Power Rangers. Though, of course, if you look at Rubik, he can't really steal any bad spells from Lina. Anything you can steal from Lina is decent/good. Same thing goes for Bane, same thing goes for Magnus and Gyro. He's going to be having a fun time this game. So far, maybe the overpower at the moment, at the start of the game, might not be something that he wants to pick up, but later on it's going to be nice to put it on the Lifestealer. And Feeble on the Gyrocopter, if you can steal that. And of course the Nightmare and the Brain Sap, very useful as well. Everything's useful. There goes Jakiro, so that's going to be the trial lane for 3D Max. They're going to probably have the Rubik and the Jakiro, and a Lifestealer on the same lane, with the Nature's Prophet on the off lane. Might be going into the jungle first. Would be possible. And we'll see then still a solo lane being picked up by 3D Max. And Power Rangers already banning out 3 of those solo lanes, so kind of curious to see what they're going to be going for. Of course, the TA is still in the pool. Beastmaster, Windrunner, all heroes that we see in the mid lane often as well.
10 seconds
and the last pick from Power Rangers is going to be a solo lane. Again, Beastmaster, Windrunner would be suitable for them as well. Even an Enigma or a Tidehunter or something like that, if they want to continue with their teamfight potential. Those would be possibilities. But it's gonna be a Luna, and this is interesting because that means, I mean, we've seen a Luna solo mid yesterday actually, and it could work. Or it kind of says maybe a two dual lanes, or a aggressive tri lane and a safe solo lane for the Luna on the top lane. If they think she's gonna be up against the Nature's Prophet anyway, and this makes it extra scary for 3D Max, because of course they still needed to pick up their last hero, so they have some kind of way to respond to this pick. But right now, you thought for a second that Lifestealer was going to be countering the Gyrocopter, and they were going to be the two carries of the game that were going to face each other. But all of a sudden, Luna in the pool. Luna is going to... Oh, by the way, I'm going to be messing up Luna and Lena quite a bit. But Luna in the pool means that you kind of have 2 carries on the side of Power Rangers, and 3D Max, they can make Nature's Prophet into a semi-carry, that's for sure. But it is not going to be the same as a Luna and a Gyro. If you count this very, very late game, well, you're screwed if you are on 3D Max. Depending on what they pick up last, of course. I mean, if they pick up some kind of hero that they can make dominate in mid-game, and that can transfer into a carry role, and that is the ultimate hero for that. I like it. Dragonite is a hero that late game he can be super powerful, but he already gets his ulti at level 6, and he's already very strong at that time, regardless of how much farm he gets. So I like it. And instantly also the lineup for 3D Max gets a lot more aggressive because you see the pushing power, Dragonite's Dragon, as well as of course a Nature's Prophet. It is gonna be a lot of pushing power coming off from 3D Max. I like it. Let's see if we have a different HUD. No, we don't. Shame. Anyways, 3D Max is gonna be on the Radiant side. Hawaii is gonna be standing in for 3D Max. He's going to be playing the Nature's Prophet. We see Hasa Joe going to be going on the Dragonite. Looks like he's going to be taking up that mid role for his team. We're going to be seeing Buller playing the Jakiro. It will be Hayek on the Rubik. We will have Noya playing the Lifestealer. And that was everybody on the Radiant side. Let's take a look at the Dire side. But Power Rangers is getting ready for battle. We have Nanik playing the Lena. Moon will be on the Gyrocopter. So we do have an aggressive trial in here with Cat supporting on his Bane. On the top lane we are going to be seeing ZXC, who is normally of course a solo mid player for Power Rangers, but he is going to be solo laning on the top lane and going to leave Cheshire Cat on the mid lane on his Magnus. And Magnus of course, I mean Cheshire Cat normally the offlaner, so they switch those roles around.
30 seconds
And I think they should be fine in that middle lane for sure with all the heroes that they're going to be facing. Like if Luna's going to be up against the Nature's Prophet, she'll be fine for sure. Hester Joe on his Dragonite up against the Magnus. It should be safe. Like I wanted to say fairly even, but it's probably not going to be that. But like neither have this massive kill potential before they're level 6 unless they're going to get help from their team. So I do really like it. And by the way, no fiery soul upon Nanik. So unfortunately, I'm still waiting to cast my first game with that, and it's sad because no Tidehunter actually played all their games already in StarLadder. They are done. They're already going to Kiev, etc. And Aki actually has that set, so you know that was the only one that I knew of that I would be casting if he just played Elena, but then he didn't on his last match. It was kind of sad for me. Oh well. Invisibility rune up for Hayek. Let's see if they can get something going here in the mid lane. Of course Magnus has got his escape, so it will be very difficult. But there are 2 shutdowns with a Dragon Tail if Joe picks it up, and with Telekinesis there as well. And looks like we're gonna see Jakiro. He of course does have an Ice Path, so if he sticks around close he will be able to help, but he actually rotates bottom, as does Hayek. So we're gonna just see them go towards the bottom lane and helping out Noya, because Noya cannot really do that much by himself. And this is gonna be this is a very potent lane for the first blood. We're gonna see a lot of back and forth on this lane, and the thing about this is, if Power Rangers initiates on the Lifestealer, there will of course be an Ice Path to make sure like nobody is gonna chase him down. There will be a Rage, so the Light Strike Ray might not hit, etc. There will be a Telekinesis that can stun people upon impact again. I mean, there's a lot of counter initiations there also for 3D Max. The same thing goes for Power Rangers though. If 3D Max is gonna be the one to aggress on the aggressive trial, which sometimes is the best way, because you know the best defense is a good offense, something like that. Yeah. So you know, if they do that, then there's a Nightmare, there's a Light Strike Array, and there's a Rocket Rise can also turn around real fast. In the meantime, I'm not really expecting a first blood in the mid lane here. As I said, both are fairly safe. One is just super tanky, and the other one has got an escape. And we're gonna see the last hits also being fairly even. 4 for 2 on the Magnus with 5 for 4 on the Dragonite. And we'll see them just battling it on here. In the meantime, on the top lane is gonna be a YO, already taken some harassment here. He is 6 for 2. With the Luna being on 7 for 2, also fairly even. I don't think either one should be in any real disadvantage, apart from when ZXC gets himself as level 6. Because then there will be an Eclipse. And then things will start to get worse for the Nature's Prophet. Now, I know that while saying this, ZXC, he has done it before. And he might do it again. Just completely make the biggest plays you've ever seen. But then I will probably miss that because I'm not expecting it to happen. And then, you know, own his lane, even though he is not in the lane that he should be winning. But we'll see if he can do that this time as well. Or, well, we'll hear it because, you know, that will be like First Blood or something. Nightmare upon the Lifestealer. But the Nightmare gets taken over by the Rubik. Is there going to be anything else? Rocket Barrage, Light Striker, Ray Hayek will be the First Blood. Moon picking it up. Ice Path not doing anything anymore. Now Open Wounds. Hawaii coming in. Moon. He will drop. That's not worth trading a kill for, although the First Blood money, of course, still went to Moon. But that is still something that you don't want to be seeing. Your carry going down right after he got that gold from the First Blood. Now YO probably going to be going for a fast Sand of Midas if you look at his item build. And of course he gives some free time to ZXC. Even though he wasn't doing bad, he of course has some free time, which is always good. Always good for sure. Let's see if they can do it again. This time he doesn't have any help, so Nightmare could start things off again. Here comes Light Strike Array, Rocket Barrage, Noya, trouble. There's the Rage. Trying to run himself away. Where's the Ice Path? Look for the telekinesis from Hayek. Finds it. Hayek in, or the cat on a Ice Path, but nobody to initiate on it, and Noya is gonna be safe. And this time he is. And Moon just celebrating that he's back with doing a somersault. It's all fine. In the meantime, on the mid lane, just checking the last hit, 16 for 5 up on the Dragonite with Cheshire Cat 17 for 4, so indeed still very even. Hawaii back on the bottom, on the top lane. He is now getting a bit behind, also because DXC is just pulling ahead by having Hawaii leaving the lane, and he is now actually a level ahead, and he is gonna look for that, for that kill actually, and that's a kill. That is a kill for sure. And Luna just doing that without even having the Eclipse. Because of course we were gonna look for that kill when she had the Eclipse, but without an Eclipse she could do it as well. She does have the Eclipse now, so if Nature's Prophet comes back, then she will be trying to get a kill again. Wow, what's wrong with my voice? Oh, let's see if she can do it actually. She doesn't have enough mana, never mind. Gotta wait for that as we see the aggressive trial and not being as aggressive anymore, or at least they're being forced all the way to their tower. And I just need to drink some water, I think. So bear with me here, because my voice apparently is not agreeing with me today. Jeez, super annoying. But here, follow Moon while I do that. There, that should be a lot better. Hello. Yes, thank you. There is mana up again on ZXE, so he's gonna look for something. In the meantime, we still see Power Rangers trying to go for something here, but they're actually gonna have their Bane being aggressed on. Dual Breath going through as well. Nightmare being taken over, but it's gonna be Cat that still goes down. There's the YO teleporting in for this one, and the rest of Power Rangers backing themselves off. Making sure that they are not the second target for that combination. And that's how dangerous it can be. All of a sudden, 4 heroes on that bottom lane instead of 3. And it's 2 for 2. But I have to say though, I mean, even though they're not really winning the bottom lane with the aggressive tri lane. Nice strike array. The haste rune still picked up by the Rubik though. But yeah, even though they're not really winning the bottom lane, we have seen this often actually from a team like Empire. When they still had Phonic, they were having someone on the top lane that could potentially carry the game for them later, which in this case for Power Rangers is going to be the Luna, and he is indeed doing fine as EXE. And even though if they're not winning the bottom lane with the aggressive tri lane, they're at least shutting Noya down a bit. He is not free farming, that's for sure. He is not doing bad, that's another story, but he is not free farming. As he would be if there was a safe lane, for example. As in also a solo off lane, suicide lane. So that's what they're accomplishing here, and at the same time, I mean, they're not here to win this bottom lane. It would be nice, of course. But they're actually just making sure that Luna's getting free farm. The mid lane is still very even as well. 25 for 7 versus 31 for 8. But the levels are in favor of the Dragonite. A 1 level difference. We now do have the reverse polarity up on Cheshire Cat, though he might actually rotate bottom at some point to try and go for a fight. Unless he thinks he can get a kill up on the Dragonite. But the thing about a Dragonite is that he's so goddamn tanky. And he does only have level 1 in Dragon's Blood. But that extra armor is already so annoying to be dealing with for Cheshire Cat. It's annoying. Let's just say that. I'm kind of waiting for the moment he's gonna rotate bottom and try to go for a kill there. Of course, the moment that there comes a miscall from 3D Max for that Dragonite, then you know they will be safe. They'll know, okay, RP is coming. Oh, here comes the Eclipse. Wants to go for it. Needs that 1 creep down, needs more creeps down, he's gonna get the kill without an Eclipse. What the hell? Ice Path, ZXC locked inside, Dual Breath going through, tower helping out. Is it gonna be enough? It might actually be enough. No, it is not enough. And the salve is still there as well. Jakiro cannot chase. Dragonite picked up an Invis rune, but is not gonna be able to get anything there either. Someone asking me if I should get a, what you doing up the hill there? Magnus skewered him up there, of course. Magnus going down. He didn't use his RP though, which is good. Someone in the chat asking if I could do a shout out to all viewers, hereby done. Shout out to all viewers for taking time to watch this game rather than other spectacular matches that might be going on. And sorry for missing that kill. It happens. And that is why I should not look at the chat.
Dire structures are fortified.
So gonna be seeing a push coming out from 3D Max. As I said, they do have that potential with the Dragonite level 6. Cheshire Cat, I mean, he still has that RP. It looks like he wants to try and go for using it, because here comes the support to try and make that RP into something more than just an RP. Is he gonna be able to get it though? He pops his mana boots. He's really gonna go for it. Needs a score. Is he gonna get it? Only Hawaii, and Hawaii is gonna go down, but he of course would have liked to have Hesta Joe. But a kill is a kill. Nobody can deny that one. Telekinesis, Ice Path, Cheshire Cat. He doesn't have a score anymore. It's still on cooldown. Life Strike Ring Up on 2 helping out. It might actually be enough. Nanique, MVP, Shockwave to send them on their way. Dragonite still tries to get a last hit, but he's gonna be too greedy for that one. He's gonna be backing off. In the meantime, ZXC is still not left the top lane, still happily farming, got himself a Yasha, waiting for the moment that he can finally use his Eclipse on a Wyo, but he's got 2 kills on him already. He's not doing too bad. And so far, I mean, the Dragonite, we don't really see the Dragonite that often. Normally, Dragonites are, I mean, he's picked up, the most of the times that I've seen him is either in a heavy push lineup or in Asian Dota, actually. They kind of use him quite a bit there as a hero that is basically compatible with the Chaos Knight as actually a substitute. Let me put it that way, substitute. But he has got that mid-game aggression. And he doesn't need that much but levels. And by putting him into the mid lane, he of course gets his levels real fast. And he's gonna go for ZXC. The vision is there, the stun is there, dual breath, and that's gonna be a kill. With a Wyo's ulti actually still picking that up. But I kinda like the pickup. Like normally to go for mid game aggression you see something like a Queen of Pain or a Puck or something like that. But Dragonite is actually a really good hero to have helping out with this as well. The thing about it is only, of course, that he needs a solid start, and normally you don't really know yet what you're going to be up against in the mid lane, but because they were expecting that Magnus to go mid, he could indeed be going mid, and he could be getting his levels up fast and getting the domination over the lane, and hopefully for 3D Max also over the game. And if you look at net worth, he is doing okay for himself. That goes for stun for Cat. Telekinesis there as well. Tower still goes down to the creeps. No deny there. RP coming in. Only hits on Hayek though, and that's going to be Hayek going down. Seems to be a bit trigger happy with those RPs. If he can't find the Dragonite, well, what's he doing? What's he gonna do? Because I was gonna say, if he's gonna go there, he would be with 5 heroes of his opponent team versus him. That's not good. Skewer. I don't know. Probably pronounce it wrong. Doesn't matter. Hand of Midas. Up on a while. So he'll have that. He already died 3 times, but you know, with his Hand of Midas, he will be able to pick himself back up again. In the meantime, the push is on for Power Rangers. They are 2 towers behind at the moment, and they want to make that change, and they're gonna be able to. No deny gonna happen here. I think nope, and that's gonna be ZXC picking up the tower gold. In the meantime, it's gonna be Noya, who's way on the wrong side of the map, but he feels like he's safe with that rage. I'm not sure if that's the real thing to be feeling safe about, though. The only upside he has is that Cat is still level 5. If he was level 6, he could have tried to go for him. Invisibility rune picked up by the DK. It's gonna pop it, it's gonna go towards the mid lane. And an infest as well. Let's see if they can do something. But they saw the ward being picked up. The Dire ward is there. They saw him being invisible. And all the low heroes back off. And it looks, I think that Cat will be trying to stay very close to his tower. Because he was the one that actually pointed out that there was an invis rune. Question is his tower going to be offering him enough safety? As to Joe, he's almost forced to attack again. But here comes actually Lena. And he now sees that. And Dragon Knight could pop his Dragon Form. Go for a stun. In fast catch. You're dead. Light Striker Ray still hits upon the Dragon Knight, and that's gonna be an Eclipse, and that's gonna be Aster Joe going down. That's not worth dying for sure. Noya on the way out still. Is there gonna be a losing beat to try and shut him down? Yes, there is. Or slow him down anyway. And an RP, and a cooldown, and a Laguna Blade, and everything basically used their, all these 4 heroes used their ultimate for 2 kills, but it is 2 kills, not just on, I mean, it's 2 kills on the carries. It's basically that. The Dragon Knight and the Lifestealer both going down here. It is pretty damn painful for 3D Max. And they're gonna lose the tower for that as well. So the towers will be even again after this tower drops. With a tier 1 tower still left standing for both teams. As yeah, Buller just showing, you know what? I don't agree with this. I will ice path you. Just to make sure that you know that I don't agree with that. Lena's got enough gold for mana boots if she wants to go for that. Could also pick up a bracer or something, because right now is gonna be the time when that burst damage coming out from the infest, coming out from the dragon breath, etc., is gonna be something that you're gonna be able to take, because you're gonna take it whether you like it or not. It's gonna be a Manta style picked up by Luna soon. Just needs the recipe, unless the recipe is actually flying out, which is not the case. The blink dagger up on the Magnus, Cheshire Cat. Gonna be going for some pro initiations. He has of course been finding the ERPs. I say that he's been finding them, but I know that he's been finding them on solo heroes that probably weren't his first target. But with the blink dagger, he can definitely be a lot more aggressive than he was before, even though he was already aggressive to begin with. As soon as he had his RP, that is. In the meantime, Jakiro made himself level 6 as well. Rubik also level 7. So has got his ulti. Curious to see what he's gonna be able to steal next. Armlet up on Noya. Gonna just continuing his farm. Like, that's the most important thing right now. Farm. Get ahead of your opponent team. And for now, nobody's really getting ahead. This is basically no difference whatsoever. Experience graph, same story, around 0. It's gonna be cut though. Fiend's gripping still, but the telekinesis there. Instantly, Fiend's grip is already over again. Ice Path on the Gyrocopter. It's an Aegis Prophet that goes down first though. Magnus doing that. He still has his RP. Is he gonna get it though? Nightmare gonna actually save him from the Laguna Blade. Ice Path locks in too. Where is the RP? Can he get it? If he gets it now, he'll have 3 heroes! And he does! But now, damage needed! ZXC trying to do what he can, but there is not enough damage. Another Light Striker Ray. They do pick up the support Jakiro, but they don't pick up the carries this time. And the Bane. Did he really not die there? Oh, they're gonna be going on the lean, and Anik, he is gonna be going down. No escape for him. And that's gonna be just Ramadan still picking up the Bane. Oh, but that RP, like, he waited so long to get that perfect RP, and it was almost perfect. He picked up those 3 heroes that you really want to have. But then, no damage to go through it. Luna still going down. It is just not that good for Power Rangers, and they're being behind by this again. They're being, like, we just saw that there was basically no difference just yet, but that's changed. It's just going up right now in favor of 3D Max. Big differences, as we do have, of course, them going back to farming, because that's what they need to do. And they need to defend their tier 2s as well. There's no more tier 1 left standing for them. So there's still 1 tier 1 left standing for 3D Max. This is an important tier 1, by the way. And it's going to be important for the first Roshan kill especially. Because we're, like, if you're on the dire side, you have got this tower, of course, and this tower. Even if your other towers have been picked up, your tier 2s are still fairly close to the Roche Pit. Well, if you are on the side... Oh, Fiend's Grip got stolen by the Rubik, used on Cheshire Cat. No hope for him, and Hayek takes the credit. Nanik, who was trying to help his team out, is gonna go down. Eclipse from the sideline. Eclipse being stolen by Hayek. No, it is a Lucent Beam only. They're still stunned. The Lucent Beam gonna hit upon Luna. And Luna's gonna go down. That is 3 heroes down for just a support Rubik. Not worth it at all. Not worth it at all, and all just picked out of position. And this could be opening for 3D Max to either go for the tier 2s or go for Roshan. I still think that would be, at this time of the game, a good option. Just secure yourself that Aegis. And the thing that I wanted to say, of course, is that, I mean, this tower is basically the only tower that's really a good TP point for the Roche Pit, and the tier 2s are really far away from the Roche Pit compared to the tier 2s from Power Rangers. Cut. Gets a stun. Bit too greedy for a Fiend's Grip. Going down. Here comes an RP up on the 2 carries though, but is there enough damage? Laguna Blade trying to help out. Skura hits as well. Dragonite is the only one left here though, and he is going to be able to pick up the Lina before he goes down. It is going to be the Gyro that goes Noya, getting himself a double kill. And is going to be able to TP himself out in the rage. Here comes EXE, but he won't be able to pick up anything anymore. 3, 4, 1. Again, not worth it for Power Rangers. They're trying to get these trades that are just not favorable for them.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And it's worrying. Luna now able to pick up her Mantis Town. That will be in due time because, or yeah, she kind of needs that because right now, like what I said during the draft is that you go, of course, I said it before they picked up the Dragonite. So you've got 2 carries versus 1, but now versus 2, and you have to be kind of comparing those 2 together. Like what can a Luna and a Gyrocopter do to a Lifestealer and a Dragonite? Both heroes are very, very, very tanky. Desolator almost up on the Lifestealer, BKB almost up on the Dragonite, and you have got basically it's 2 strength for heroes versus 2 agility heroes. And while that's, you know, agility are normally the best carries because they can put out most damage, when they don't have their items yet, they just don't do enough damage yet to take down these big tanky strength heroes just yet. Smoke up for 3D Max. Let's see where they're gonna be going. Gonna be coming in from the side. And they're already standing around here. Oh, Cat. Careful there. Word being placed. Dragon form. They have no idea this is going on. The supports from Power Rangers standing very far back, and they're just gonna go for the tier 2 because they're not gonna come close enough to that ledge. Now they come. And the rotation is instantly there. Looking for those pickoffs. But they decided to go the other way. They smoke up actually. Oh, that's done. It's on the way. TP incoming from the Luna. Mantis style ready. Lucent Beam trying to slow down the Dragonite, but she can't do anything yet. She kind of needs to be EKB. You need to be able to survive that big ass stun that the Dragonite can push out with his dragon tail. Wow. Ward Heaven.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
That's a deny on the tower, but tower's still down though. It is still going to be putting Power Rangers at a bit of a disadvantage for the Roche, and it looks like both teams are thinking about it because they both warded and counter-warded the Roche pit. Nice. Always nice. The gold graph going towards the 4K. And the experience graph going towards the 5K. It is dropping down a bit though, because of course as long as you keep it even, I mean slowly but steadily Power Rangers is going to be getting ahead. Mostly because of course 3D Max was sitting still for a while on that, well, around here-ish I would say. Without really getting anything done, while Power Rangers was still farming 2 lanes. In the meantime, Nature's Prophet is farming top and pushing out. Trying to lay down some pressure on the tier 2, because split pushing is of course a very big factor for this as well. It's something that Power Rangers can't really do apart from the Mantis style illusions. But Nature's Prophet is a brilliant hero to do that with, and especially if you're already having that pressure up on your opponent team. It's a real big asset to be doing, and they're actually smoking up. We instantly see pink come out from the Radiant team though, because there is a ward there. And the invisibility rune activated by the Dragonite, because he knew he was gonna be in trouble. Walking past that sentry.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Do they have any way to scout him out? I don't think so. Actually, now they do. Place a sentry ward. Noya open wounds. And there's a Fiend's Grip and the RP at the same time. But it is gonna be... Whoa! It is gonna be a lot of heroes locked inside there. Power Rangers! That is not where you wanted to be. That was the RP from the Rubik. And that is a team wipe. 3D Max, they turned it around. They knew it was coming. They were ready for it. And that's gonna be their Roshan and nobody else's. Brilliant RP by the Rubik. That was an RP. That has to be an RP by the Rubik. And apart from that Roshan, they also got the tier 2 tower top. They might be able to still pick up the tier 2 tower middle. And then it's complete. Their plan to go for the tier 3s can be starting. Of course, that's a whole different ball game, as they always say. Neek and Kat trying to defend. Luna's back up though. But do they really want to take a fight right now? I don't think so. No, and then Aegis is up on the opponent team. Shadowblade up on the Nature's Prophet just so he can continue to split push without really feeling in any trouble, any danger. Continuing to farm. He's got himself 2400 gold already after getting the Desolator complete. And the supports. Power Treads, Mana Boots. And 1500 gold up on Hayek actually, and 1800 up on Jakiro. That previous team fight really got them a lot of gold. Wow. Why is my camera here? My bad. Oh. That's the Joe. Is BKB ready as we already saw, and he's got 1500 gold already as well. And looks like they want to try to go for Cheshire Cat. I need a bit of mobility. Like 3D Max. They don't really have that initiation going for them just yet, apart from the Dragon Tail with the Dragon Form. But no Blink. No Force Staff. Just the spells that they have. And I guess maybe Nature's Prophet now with the Shadow Blade could in theory do some initiating, but does he really want to do that? I don't think so. 3D Max going middle. Do they want to go for a push or do they want to go for a split push?
Top tower is under attack.
One's gonna be able to TP out just in time. They saw the edge of that TP, I think. And that's gonna be an Orchid ready up on the Nature's Prophet as well. He is just getting his farm together. And we see that back on the net worth as well. He is on top of that list.
Radiant structures are fortified.
TP top, Dragon Tail, Luna, Infest, Trouble, Silence, dead. And then you would ask, like, does the Luna really feel that safe by herself with only a Manta Style as an escape? Apparently so. Apparently so. But let that be a lesson to you. Because a Luna is already squishy to begin with. Oh, Life Strike Array gonna hit. Skewer there as well. Get away from my teammate, he says. In the meantime, Dragon Eye still picking up the kill. And the Nature's Prophet getting himself away. And Amnik, he's having a tough game. Surprisingly, he only died 5 times so far. Because he is very squishy. He doesn't really have anything apart from the drums. Being earned, sorry.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that's gonna be a tier 3. There is still fortification, but it's gonna depend on if Cheshire Cat can find a good initiation if the tower goes down or not. Fortification goes off.
Dire's structures are
Home missed up on Noya, but he can just rage it off. And they go for the tower. Silence up on... Oh, ZXC getting locked inside an Ice Bath and a Sprout cooldown coming down. Just scare them out. Tower still goes down. Noya picking it up. 3D Max, they don't have to back off. All they have to do is try to bait out that RP. Because at the moment, that's the thing that can shut them down. Bait out that RP, let Hayek steal it, and then use it against Power Rangers. And the thing is, I think even at this moment, even if... Nah, maybe not. Infest out for some more HP for Noya. And they want to go in. BKB, they're going off. Double damage thrown up on the Dragon as well. That's an RP up on 2, but it is an RP up on 2 as well from the other side. Hayek making it work against them. Again, Nanik going down. Again, buyback from ZXC, he pops the Eclipse, but what damage does it do right now? None whatsoever. He is gonna be going down just like his teammate Captain. That is gonna be at least one set of racks, and even the GG gets cold. 3D Max, they secure themselves a win and are actually gonna be able to still have a chance to not get dropped down to the Pro Series still straight away. Because that was of course the risk that they were facing if they didn't win another game in Star Series. We do have more games from them in the coming 2 days, I believe. They need 2 more matches after this one, maybe 1 at least. But so far they're already a bit more out in the clear as they were before. We're gonna have more games coming up after this one though. Stick around for more Dota 2. Let me just quickly check which one it was gonna be. We have got 4 matches in total actually. It's gonna be 4FC taking on L Pride after this one. We'll also see Absolute Legends versus Foda and Rocks versus 4FC. So we're gonna have to see 4FC twice today. And then we're gonna see them right now as well. 4FC versus L Pride coming up next on this channel. StarLadder Star Series day number 29. And hopefully the next game I'll have a bit more focus. Sorry for that. Anyways, stick around. More Dota 2 coming up.